Priya, have you ever said yes to something and the exact second the word left your mouth, you mentally punched yourself? Like your brain was screaming no, but your mouth just went, yeah, sure, I'd love to.
Oh, absolutely, Rahul. I think everyone listening to us right now has been trapped in that exact moment. It's the ultimate overcommitter's built.
It happened to me yesterday. My neighbor asked me to help him move a massive sofa this Saturday morning. I already have a mountain of work, but I didn't know how to say no without sounding like a terrible neighbor. So now I'm losing my Saturday morning. Why is saying no in English so incredibly terrifying?
Because we're taught that no is a hard, aggressive word. We worry that if we just say, no, I can't, we'll sound rude, cold, or dismissive. But language is all about nuance, Rahul. You can protect your time and still be the nicest person in the room. And that is exactly what we are mastering today. Welcome back to Lingo Bridge Podcast, where we bridge the gap between you and your English fluency.
Yes, welcome back everyone. Today, Priya is going to save my Saturdays and yours by teaching us how to say no politely, professionally, and confidently. Okay, Priya, let's start with social situations. This is where I struggle the most. If a friend invites me to a party or a colleague asks me to go out for drinks after a long, exhausting shift and I just don't have the energy, what do I say? If I say, I don't want to come, it sounds like I hate them.
Right. I don't want to focuses on your lack of desire, which feels like a personal rejection to the other person. To avoid this, native speakers use a strategy I call the soft refusal. Instead of rejecting the person, you smoothly reject the timing or the situation.
Okay, how does that look in practice? Give me a formula.
It has three simple parts: validation, plus the refusal phrase, plus a soft cushion. Let's start with a beautiful phrase that intermediate learners should absolutely use: to pass on something. Rahul, do you know what that means?
I know pass like passing a ball. Does it mean to let the opportunity go by?
Exactly. When you pass on an invitation, you are politely declining it, but it sounds very casual and low pressure. So if I invite you to drinks tonight, look at how the formula works. First, validate. That sounds awesome. Next, use the phrase, but I think I'm going to have to pass on drinks tonight. And finally, add the cushion. I've had a crazy long week and just need to crash. How does that sound to you?
Whoa, that feels totally different. It doesn't sound like I'm rejecting you. It just sounds like I'm too tired. Let me try it. What if you invite me to a dinner party this weekend?
Hey, Rahul. A few of us are getting together for dinner this Friday night around 8 p.m. You should definitely come.
Oh, thanks for thinking of me, Priya. Friday night sounds fun, but I think I'll have to pass this time. I already have some family plans. How was that?
Perfect. Flawless. You validated me by saying, thanks for thinking of me, which makes me feel good. And then you used pass this time, which leaves the door open for future invitations.
But wait, Priya. What if it's a closer friend and I already said yes earlier, but now something urgent came up and I have to cancel? Canceling feels 10 times ruder than saying no the first time.
Ah, the dreaded cancellation. For that, we use a phrasal verb that every English learner needs in their vocabulary: to back out.
Back out? Like driving a car backward?
Visually, yes, you are stepping backward away from a commitment. To back out means to withdraw from an agreement or plan you already made. Now, because canceling can upset people, we need a strong idiom to make it gentle. We say we want to soften the blow.
Soften the blow? That sounds like boxing. Like making a punch hurt less?
Look at you! Your idiom intuition is great today. Yes, to soften the blow means to make bad news easier to accept. When you have to back out of a plan, you soften the blow by showing genuine regret. For example, Rahul, I hate to back out at the last minute, but something urgent came up at home. See how saying I hate to back out instantly shows you care?
Ah, I see. It shows that I'm not canceling because I don't care, but because I truly have to. Let me try to combine them. If I have to cancel our weekend project session, I could say, Priya, I really hate to back out at the last minute, but I'm feeling under the weather. Can I pass on this weekend and we try for next Tuesday?
Brilliant, Rahul. You used back out to acknowledge the cancellation, softened the blow with a valid reason, and used pass to reschedule. If a friend said that to me, I wouldn't be upset at all. I would just wish them a speedy recovery.
Man, this takes so much weight off my shoulders. But Priya, what about the workplace? It's easy to tell a friend you can't make it, but what if your boss dumps a massive project on your desk at 4:55 p.m. on a Friday? You can't just say, I'll pass on that, boss.
Oh, absolutely not. If you say that to your boss, you might be passing on your next paycheck, too. Saying no at work requires a completely different set of professional phrases.
Exactly. I'd be standing in the unemployment line by Monday morning. But seriously, Priya, workplace pressure is real. If my manager comes to me and says, Rahul, I need you to finish this 20-page report by tomorrow morning, and my plate is already completely full, how do I handle that without sounding lazy or uncooperative?
This is a major pain point for so many professionals, especially non-native speakers. The secret here is prioritization over rejection. You aren't saying, I won't do the work. You are saying, I want to do quality work, but time is a physical constraint. To do this professionally, we use a phrasal verb that sounds incredibly proactive, to look into something.
Oh, look into. Does that mean to investigate or check something?
Spot on. When you tell a boss, I'll look into that, it signals that you are taking immediate responsibility. But here is how you pivot to the no. You pair it with a breakdown of your current workload. For example, I can certainly look into that report for you, boss. However, I'm currently finalizing the quarterly budget. If I take this on, the budget might be delayed. Which one would you like me to prioritize?
Oh, wow, that is incredibly clever. By asking them to choose what to prioritize, you are putting the decision back on them, but you still sound like a team player.
Exactly. You aren't saying, no, I'm too busy. You are giving them a realistic picture of your capacity. Now, what if a colleague pops over to your desk or messages you on Slack and asks for immediate help, but you are right in the middle of deep, focused work?
Oh, that happens all the time. If I stop to help them, I lose my focus and my whole day gets ruined. But if I say, go away, I'm busy, it kills the office relationship.
Right. We definitely don't want to say, go away. Instead, use an idiom that manages their expectations instantly, off the top of my head. Rahul, have you heard this one before?
Yes, it means giving information quickly without checking a book or a computer, right? Like just from your memory.
Exactly. It means without deep thought or immediate analysis. So if a coworker asks you a complex question while you are deep in code or writing an email, you can say, hey, off the top of my head, I'm not entirely sure, and I'm actually right in the middle of a tight deadline. Let me look into it after 3 p.m. and get back to you.
That's perfect. It shows you want to help, but it firmly protects your current time. But what if it's a big project and they want you to join a meeting right now?
Then you use a beautiful, modern corporate phrase to loop someone in. To loop someone in means to include them in a project, a conversation, or an update. If you can't attend that sudden meeting, you can say, I can't make it to the live session today, but please loop me in on the email summary afterward, and I'll share my feedback.
Ah, loop me in. It sounds so collaborative. It makes me feel included even though I just said no to their meeting. Let me try to put this all together in a workplace scenario. Let's say you're my colleague and you want me to help you fix a presentation right now.
Let's do it. Hey Rahul, do you have 20 minutes? I'm really struggling with this client presentation slides, and I need your eyes on it before the big pitch.
Hey, Priya. Off the top of my head, I can see a couple of formatting issues, but I'm actually rushing to finish a report for our manager right now. Why don't you go ahead with the meeting, and you can loop me in later if there are major revisions needed. How was that?
Absolutely brilliant, Rahul. You acknowledged the problem, stated your current priority professionally, and offered a way to be looped in later. You sound like a seasoned executive.
Thanks to these phrases. But okay, Priya, we've covered polite friends and professional bosses. What about strangers? What about those high-pressure, aggressive situations where people are trying to sell you something or trap you into a contract? That's an entirely different beast.
Oh, definitely. Street vendors, gym sales reps, or even that persistent acquaintance trying to get you to join their multi-level marketing scheme. In these situations, soft cushioning doesn't work because pushy salespeople are trained to view a soft excuse as a negotiation opportunity.
Yes. If you say, oh, I don't have the money right now, they will say, no problem, we have an easy monthly EMI plan. If you say, I don't have time, they say, it only takes 5 minutes. They have an answer for everything.
Exactly, because they're trying to avoid you making a rational financial decision. So, intermediate English learners need to know how to spot a bad deal and shut it down firmly but politely. A great piece of casual vocabulary to identify these situations is the word rip-off.
Rip-off. I love this word. It means something is way too expensive or a scam, right?
Yes, a rip-off is an overpriced transaction or a situation where you feel cheated. Now, you obviously don't say to a salesman, hey, your product is a rip-off. That would be rude. Instead, you need a phrase that signals your boundary is made of concrete. You can use the phrase, to be short on something, usually cash, money, or time.
Like, I'm a bit short on time today.
Yes, but let's make it even more definitive for sales environments. If someone approaches you on the street trying to sell you a credit card or a subscription, you smile, maintain eye contact, and say, thank you, but I'm going to pass. I'm actually quite short on time today. Have a great day. And you keep walking. The key here is combining a polite phrase with physical movement.
The keep walking part is crucial. But what if you're already inside a store? You've picked up an item and the salesperson is pushing you to buy it, but you realize it's way too expensive or not what you wanted. You can't just run out of the store.
No running away required. In a retail store, if you need to reject a product after investigating it, you use the concept of to exchange. You can politely state that you need to think about it or look for an alternative. A classic polite phrase to exit a pushy sales pitch in a shop is, thank you for showing me this, but I think I'll look around a bit more before making a decision.
Oh, that is a classic. I'll look around a bit more. It tells the salesperson, stop talking. I am stepping back to think.
Exactly. And if they keep pushing, you can firmly say, I appreciate your help, but I'm not ready to buy today. That word, not ready, leaves zero room for negotiation. They cannot argue with your personal readiness.
Wow, Priya, we've covered so much ground today. From passing on social invitations, backing out of plans gently to soften the blow, looking into workplace requests while managing priorities, and holding our ground against ripoffs.
And you handled all the role plays like a pro, Rahul. But we aren't completely done yet. We need to make sure our listeners can actually use these phrases in the real world.
Absolutely. Because listening to us talk is great, but the real magic happens when our listeners actually go out there and use these phrases in their daily lives.
Exactly. Fluency isn't just about storing words in your head. It's about muscle memory. So, let's do a quick recap of the star phrases we mastered today for anyone taking notes.
I've got my list right here. For social situations, when you want to decline an invitation politely, use to pass on something. And if you already committed but have to cancel, remember to say, I hate to back out, to soften the blow.
Perfect. And for the workplace, instead of saying, I don't know or I can't do that, tell your boss you will look into it while discussing priorities, or tell a colleague you'll loop them in later. And if you're put on the spot, use off the top of my head to buy yourself some time.
And finally, don't get caught in a ripoff. Firmly tell pushy salespeople you are short on time or that you are not ready to buy today and walk away with confidence.
Beautifully summarized, Rahul. Now it's time for our Lingo Bridge Weekly Challenge. We want to hear from you, our amazing listeners.
Yes, here is your homework for this week. Think of a time you said yes to someone when you desperately wanted to say no. In the comment section below, rewrite that exact situation using one of the polite phrases or formulas Priya taught us today.
I will personally be going through the comments to give feedback and hearts to the best responses. Let's practice setting boundaries together, politely and fluently.
Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, give this episode a thumbs up if it saved your upcoming weekend, and share it with a friend who just cannot say no.
Thank you for hanging out with us today on Lingo Bridge. Until next time, keep learning, keep practicing, and we'll see you in the next episode.
Bye-bye, everyone. Take care.